Hello and welcome to The Clever Life, where tech meets taste and everyday living gets a little smarter. Why do some clothes feel luxurious while others feel scratchy, cheap, or flimsy? Why does one t-shirt drape beautifully while another clings awkwardly? Why does a pair of trousers feel structured and expensive while a similar pair feels thin and disposable?
Today, we're breaking down the engineering behind fabrics, and once you understand this, you'll never shop the same way again. Fabric isn't just material, it's a science, it's engineering, it's chemistry, physics, and design all woven together, literally. And the difference between a $20 shirt and a $200 shirt often comes down to invisible details you'd never notice unless you knew what to look for.
Fabric engineering is one of the most overlooked parts of fashion. We talk about style, color, fit, but rarely about the material itself. Yet fabric determines almost everything: comfort, durability, breathability, drape, and how expensive something feels.
Fabric is a combination of four things: the fiber, the weave or knit, the finishing process, and the technology used to enhance performance.
Two shirts can look identical on a hanger, same color, same cut, but feel completely different on your skin. One might feel buttery soft and structured. The other might feel rough, thin, or plasticky. That difference comes from engineering choices made long before the garment was sewn. And once you understand those choices, you'll start to recognize quality instantly.
Let's start with fibers, the building blocks of fabric. Every fabric begins as a collection of fibers twisted into yarn, and the type of fiber determines the foundation of how that fabric will feel.
Natural fibers include cotton, linen, wool, and silk. They're breathable, comfortable, and biodegradable. Cotton is soft and versatile. Linen is crisp and cool. Wool is warm and resilient. Silk is smooth and luxurious. These fibers come from plants or animals, and because they're naturally occurring, they tend to feel more comfortable against the skin.
You then have synthetic fibers: polyester, nylon, acrylic, elastane. These are engineered in labs. They're durable, wrinkle-resistant, and cheaper to produce. Historically, synthetics had a bad reputation. People associated them with cheap, shiny, plasticky fabrics. But here's the twist. Modern synthetics can feel more luxurious than natural fibers because of advanced engineering. Microfibers, modal, lyocell, and high-grade polyesters can mimic silk, cotton, or even cashmere. Some of the softest fabrics today, like performance wear or premium athleisure, are entirely synthetic. So the question isn't natural or synthetic, it's how well is the fiber engineered?
Next, let's talk about the weave, the pattern in which yarns are interlaced. The weave determines texture, drape, strength, and even shine. Here are a few examples. Satin feels smooth and glossy because the weave allows long floating yarns on the surface. That's why satin sheets feel slippery and luxurious.
Twill has diagonal lines. Think denim or chino fabric. It's durable, structured, and resistant to wrinkles.
This is the simplest weave: over, under, over, under. It creates a crisp, structured fabric like poplin or canvas. A high-quality weave feels smoother, drapes better, and lasts longer. A low-quality weave feels rough, uneven, or thin. And here's something most people don't realize. Even if two fabrics use the exact same fiber, say 100% cotton, the weave can make one feel luxurious and the other feel cheap.
Thread count is one of the most misunderstood metrics in fabric. People assume higher is better, but that's not always true. Thread count simply measures how many threads are woven into 1 square inch of fabric, but manufacturers can inflate this number by twisting multiple thin threads together or using low-quality fibers.
What matters more is fiber quality, yarn thickness, weave density, and how the threads are finished. A well-engineered 300 thread count fabric can feel more luxurious than a cheap 800 thread count one. It's like comparing a well-built house with fewer bricks to a poorly built house with more bricks. Quantity doesn't equal quality.
So next time you see 1,000 thread count on a label, don't assume it's premium. Look deeper.
This is where the magic happens. Finishing is the final stage of fabric production, and it can completely transform how a fabric feels.
Finishes can make fabric softer, shinier, wrinkle-resistant, water-repellent, more durable, or even antibacterial. Here are a few examples.
This uses natural enzymes to soften fibers, giving cotton that buttery, worn-in feel.
A chemical process that makes cotton smoother, stronger, and slightly shiny, often used in premium shirts.
This stabilizes synthetic fibers so they hold their shape and resist wrinkles.
Finishing is why two fabrics made from the same fiber can feel completely different. It's like the difference between raw wood and polished wood. The finishing makes all the difference.
Now let's answer the big question. Why do expensive fabrics feel better?
It's not just branding.
Premium fabrics use longer fibers, tighter, more consistent weaves, better finishing techniques, and more precise engineering at every stage.
Longer fibers create smoother yarns with fewer rough ends. Tighter weaves create denser, more durable fabrics. High-quality finishing makes the fabric softer and more stable.
That's why luxury fabrics drape better, last longer, resist pilling, and feel smoother on your skin.
Here are 3 quick tests you can use when shopping. No expertise required.
1. The scrunch test. Grab a handful of the fabric and scrunch it. If it wrinkles instantly and the wrinkles stay, it's likely lower quality. High-quality fabrics bounce back.
2. The light test. Hold the fabric up to the light. A high-quality weave looks even and consistent. A cheap weave looks patchy or uneven.
3. The feel test. Run your hand across the fabric. High-quality fibers feel smooth, dense, and cool to the touch. Cheap fibers feel rough, thin, or plasticky. Once you start doing these tests, you'll be shocked at how quickly you can tell the difference.
If you want us to compare luxury versus budget fabrics or test AI recommended clothing quality, tell us in the comments. And subscribe for more smart, simple lifestyle insights, where everyday things meet engineering. Thanks for watching The Clever Life, where smart, simple, stylish living begins.